Men over 50. What you don't use, you may lose forever. We need to talk about your penis. You won't feel pain. You won't hear it scream. But one day, he just won't respond. Not to touch, not to desire, not even to love. And when that day comes, it won't be sudden. It's been building, quietly. Through the years, you ignored the changes, brushed off the warnings, laughed at the early signs. But make no mistake, this is how it begins. Soft, slow, silent, until the one part of you that once defined your manhood becomes the part that betrays you first. In this video, I'll expose 10 silent habits that damage your penis. And most men have no idea they're doing them. If you care about your body, your pleasure, your power, don't look away now. Look before it's gone. Your penis isn't loud. It doesn't shout when something's wrong. It whispers, slower to rise, softer than usual. Or maybe nothing at all. But those changes? They're not just about age. They're not random. They're signals. Because to achieve an erection, your body has to choreograph a complex, delicate dance. Blood flow surging through clean arteries, hormones firing in balance, nerves communicating clearly. And your mind, free enough from stress to let it all happen. So when things don't happen like before, it's not just a performance issue. It could be early cardiovascular disease. It could be low testosterone. It could be chronic anxiety, diabetes, or even depression. The penis is often the first part of your body to lose function, not because it's the weakest, but because it's the most sensitive. Sensitive to pressure, to neglect, to silence. That's why doctors sometimes call erectile dysfunction the canary in the coal mine. Because by the time you lose your breath or feel your chest tighten, your penis may have been warning you for years. And yet, most men never hear the whisper. Not because they're incapable, but because they're too proud or too ashamed to listen. But not you. You're still here, which means you're ready to listen deeper. And now that you've heard the whisper, let me show you the most dangerous mistake men make next. They try to fix it on their own. When things stop working, most men don't reach for a doctor. They reach for a shortcut, a pill from the internet, a strange cream, a video with promises like, gain 3 inches overnight. You wouldn't believe the things I've seen men try. Apple cider vinegar, Gel King, tying makeshift rings around their shaft made from bottle caps, wire, even plumbing parts. Some landed in the ER, some lost sensation, some lost everything. But the real tragedy isn't the technique, it's the silence behind it. Because what kind of quiet desperation must a man be in to pour acid on his penis alone in the dark, hoping it makes him feel like himself again? That's not stupidity. That's heartbreak. That's shame wrapped in fear, trapped in silence. The truth is, you don't need a miracle. You need understanding. You need answers rooted in science. You need a safe place to ask the questions no one taught you to ask. You've spent years trying to fix this in secret. Now it's time to heal it, in truth. And that healing starts with care. Let's begin with the simplest form of all: hygiene. Not just cleaning your body, but treating it like it deserves to be cared for again. Because sometimes the most powerful act of reclaiming your manhood is learning to wash yourself not like a machine, but like a man who matters. Taking care of your penis isn't just hygiene. It's ritual. It's the small, sacred moment you tell your body, I still see you. I still care. But most men either ignore it or go too hard. They scrub like they're washing shame away. They rub with harsh soaps. Or worse, they skip it altogether. But your skin down there is delicate. It doesn't need punishment. It needs presence. If you're uncircumcised, take the time to gently pull back the foreskin. Clean underneath with warm water. Let it breathe. Then dry softly. It's not about being perfect. It's about being aware. Some infections start simply because men forget. Others become dangerous because they never looked, never noticed that sore, that buildup, that change in color. You'd inspect a cut on your hand. Why not the part of you that connects to life itself? So don't clean with shame. Clean like you respect yourself. Clean like you want to keep living fully. Because in the end, how you treat your body is how your body treats you back. And while we're learning to pay attention, there's one more thing you must never ignore. Pain. Or anything that doesn't look right. That's what we'll face next. Not with fear, but with clarity. There's a moment many men know. That flash of fear when you notice something down there. A sore, a sharp pain, a strange spot that wasn't there before. And your first instinct, look away. Convince yourself it's nothing. Maybe it'll go away. Maybe it's just friction or a scratch. But deep down, you feel it. The unease, the silence growing louder. And here's the truth. Some things do go away, but others don't. Some are warning signs of infections, of internal issues, even cancer. Yes, penile cancer exists, rare. But when it strikes, it's aggressive. I've seen men wait too long, not because they didn't care, but because they were too afraid of what it might be. But fear doesn't protect you. Action does. You deserve a doctor who won't judge you, who sees you as a human being, not a problem. And if that first doctor doesn't make you feel safe, find another. Because ignoring what hurts won't heal you. Facing it might. And once you've learned to face the pain, you'll be ready to reclaim something deeper. The safety, the joy, the freedom to love without fear. Next, we talk about how to stay in control, in every sense of the word. There's nothing more powerful than being fully present, fully aware, fully connected. But when fear creeps in, of infections, of accidents, of being less than, that connection fades. The truth is, safety is sexy. It doesn't take away the magic. It creates it. When you know you're protected, when you're not worried about diseases or unwanted outcomes, you're free to surrender. To be playful, honest, uninhibited. That's intimacy. But here's what many don't realize. Staying safe also means staying in control. Because accidents happen. When you move too fast, when there's not enough communication, or when things get too rough, and suddenly, pain takes over. A bent erection, a loud pop, a rush of swelling and bruising. That's a penile fracture. It's not just painful, it's an emergency, and it can take away the very thing you're trying to protect. But all of this can be prevented. With presence, with eye contact, with mutual pace and trust. Hold your partner's hips, guide the rhythm. Use lubrication. Yes, it's not just okay. It's wise, it's wonderful. Talk, laugh, explore. You don't need to prove anything. The strongest connection is the one you build slowly, gently, deliberately. Because when you're truly in control, you're truly free. And speaking of control, There's one part of your health that depends on something you can't see: temperature. What happens when it gets too hot might surprise you. Your body speaks in quiet ways, and sometimes the harm isn't loud. It's warm, too warm. You may not feel it, but your testicles do. Unlike most organs, they're designed to hang outside, not because it looks a certain way, but because sperm needs a cooler place to thrive. Add heat, long hot baths, laptops on your lap, tight underwear, and yes, even keeping your phone in your front pocket. You're creating an invisible storm, a storm that can lower sperm quality, reduce testosterone, and slowly chip away at the vitality within you. But the solution isn't difficult. Shift your habits. Let your body breathe. Choose breathable fabrics. Keep your laptop on a table. Let the steam room be an occasional visit, not a daily escape. These aren't sacrifices, they're investments. Because your health isn't just about what you do when you're sick. It's about the choices you make when you feel fine. Small, quiet acts that whisper, I want to keep living. I want to stay strong. And yes, I still care. But even with all this care, there's one habit many men carry in silence. A secret ritual that once brought pleasure, but over time created distance from real connection. Let's talk about it, honestly. There's a ritual many men know: quiet, hidden, rushed, a late-night moment, a quick release, a way to feel something. And yet, it often comes with shame, with guilt, with silence. But here's the truth. Touching yourself isn't wrong, but how you do it, that changes everything. Many men learn to rely on intensity, tight grips, fast movements, focused only on climax, not connection. Over time, this creates a gap between sensation and emotion, between body and mind. And one day, you realize you struggle to feel with a partner, with affection, even with love, because your body has forgotten gentle, it has forgotten rhythm, it only remembers pressure. But healing is possible. Start slow. Explore without the rush. Use lubricant, not as an accessory, but as an offering of care. Let the moment be full, not fast. Let it be sacred, not secret. You are not just a machine. You are someone worthy of tenderness, even from your own hands. And just like the way you treat your body matters, so does the way you treat your entire life. Every breath, every step, every bite. Let's talk about your habits, the quiet killers and the silent healers. A cigarette, a drink too many, a promise to exercise tomorrow. We all have habits. Some soothe us, some distract us, but others quietly destroy the very parts of us we still hope to use. Smoking doesn't just harm your lungs, it chokes the blood flow to the most delicate, essential parts of your body. It's not a scare tactic, it's biology. The penis needs blood. Good, steady, rich circulation. When you smoke, you narrow the vessels, and one day, even with desire in your heart, your body won't respond. Erectile dysfunction isn't just frustrating, it's a warning light. A signal that your heart, your blood, your system is at risk. And yet, there's still time. Every step matters. A walk today, a deeper breath tomorrow. Less sugar, more sleep. A little resistance training for your strength. A few minutes of sunlight for your mood. These aren't chores. They're choices, and they whisper to your body, I still believe in you. You don't need to change your life overnight. You just need to change the direction you're walking. That is enough to begin again. And as your body begins to listen, don't forget the other voice that shapes your health. the one inside your head. It matters more than you know. You missed a moment once, and now you keep reliving it. That night when your body didn't respond, the glance from your partner, the shame that crept in. Since then, every attempt feels heavier, not just physically, but emotionally. And the voice inside you whispers, "What's wrong with me? I'm not the man I used to be." She must be disappointed. But what if that voice is wrong? What if it's not failure, but fatigue? What if your body is not broken, just asking for patience? Men are taught to push through, to fix, to perform. But healing doesn't come from pressure. It begins with softness. When you miss a step, don't beat yourself up. Offer yourself the grace you'd give a friend. Say to yourself what you would say to your son. You are still enough. You are still whole. Because intimacy isn't about perfection. It's about presence. And presence is always within reach. So breathe. Let the judgment melt. And now, let's answer one final question together, one that's lingered in the minds of many men as they age. If I don't use it, will I lose it? You've probably heard the phrase, use it or lose it. But when it comes to intimacy, what does that really mean? The truth is, our bodies were designed to stay alive, through connection. At night, while you sleep, your body sends silent signals. Gentle waves of blood flow. Erections during sleep aren't random. They're your body's way of keeping the tissues oxygenated, alive, responsive. But when those signals slow down, when months pass without intimacy or arousal or affection, your body forgets. Slowly, quietly, scar tissue builds, flexibility fades, sensation dulls, not as punishment, but as a reflection of neglect. And so yes, over time, if you don't use it, you might begin to lose it, but not forever. That's the gentle truth. Because just like a forgotten garden, your body can bloom again, with patience, with effort, with touch, with love. Intimacy is not just about sex. It's about staying alive inside, about choosing connection over withdrawal, about letting yourself be seen, even now, especially now. So if this touched something in you, if it reminded you of what's still possible, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with someone who may need this whisper of hope, a father, a brother, a partner. And remember, you are not broken. You are not behind. You are simply human, and this journey is far from over. Subscribe if you'd like more conversations like this. And until next time, be gentle with your body, with your mind, with your beautiful, aging, still worthy self.